I call meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce our new trustee, Guy Fineout. He's going to do he's going to, as well as trustee, he's going to have duties which include the zoning office for a while. And I would also like to introduce our deputy clerk, Karen Klaus. Thank you for stepping up and lending a hand.
Absolutely.
You've received your minutes of the November 5th Township Board meeting and the November 10th meeting. Entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Both meetings.
Yes.
Any support?
Second.
It's been moved and supported that the minutes of the November 5th and November 10th meetings be approved, placed on file. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None? The special meeting of the Manistee Township Board, was that the appointment of the trustee?
Yes.
Okay. You can just place those on file. You received a copy of the treasurer's report.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Second. It's been moved and supported that the treasurer's report be accepted, placed on file as presented. All in favor? Aye. None opposed? Carried. You received copies of the Planning Commission meeting from the October 2nd, 2014 and the November 6th minutes.
I don't have November 6th.
Oh, we have the October 2nd.
Only have October.
So get an opportunity to look them over.
Yeah, they're approved when they get sent to
Okay.
Yeah, they were
the board.
already.
Okay. Place those on file. Correspondence is from Cambridge and Company. That's a 3-year audit contract. Those are the people that we used before. Diane had spoke with these people and negotiated a better fee for their services. There for your information. Anyone with anything to bring before the board at this time? Charlie?
Dennis, I'd like to finalize payment, unless it's been made, by the township to the Bar Lake contractor, Clark. Is the last payment of $1,150 that has to be made out of the township because we exhausted the supply of funds from the county, and we're into the money you guys so wonderfully lent us. And Connie and I think, know what to do if we found them here. And I just want to see that that's handled. I don't know if there are any questions on it or anything.
I have kind of a comment on there, and I haven't seen that particular invoice to know if it's the same invoice that we're talking about, but the last invoice that Russ Conroy County was given was $300 short of what they had given to the Bar Lake Association, and he paid the whole thing and the township has reimbursed him, and so I believe this has already been taken care of.
So this must have just happened.
Yeah,
I mean, days ago. Well, why don't you and I
yeah, because
What
I have to.
we'll do is
verify it?
we'll get the research and get back to Charlie on it.
We can.
That's it, thank you.
Paying the bills. You want to cross them, Nicole?
Manistee County, check number 50510, November 12th.
November 12th is when we did it.
It's been a month. It's been a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
This looks like the same one that we did. I have to check all this information.
Okay, would you follow through on that, make sure that this, anyone else? Okay, we have no county commissioner. Guy, do you have a zoning office report?
Okay, I guess had 2 receipts in the zoning office, one for a commercial sign, one for a fence. Attended the planning commission meeting last week. They elected new officers. They recommended 3 text amendments to the zoning ordinance, and those have been forwarded to the county planner. The county planning commission gets a 30-day review period. Met with the city yesterday on city water, start the discussion on putting together a contract with them. Had a drain meeting last Monday, was it, John?
I wasn't
Well, you
there.
weren't there, okay.
Last Monday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, at 6 o'clock, Dennis, you were there. They've defined the watershed, the expanded drainage district, made some modifications to it. Now they're working on the hydraulics to see how much water they have to handle. They hadn't gotten that number yet. What else have I been doing? I guess that's it.
Okay, any questions for Guy? Anything going on in the fire department, Chuck?
A little bit. For the month of November, we had 3 fire-related runs, 22 medical-related. We had 5 meeting, station, training, and other activities. A total of 30 activities. 6 open burn permits. Personnel hours were 326. I had 72, and the other officers had 86, for a total of 484 hours for the month of November. For the trucks, the replacement for 133, I sent you folks an email with the pictures of it in paint. So that's still in the paint week, last I heard. Still checking on that. The current trucks, I had a guy come from Circle K. The leak that was on 131 was repaired. He also diagnosed the water level gauge, and there's a probe that goes in the tank, tells you how much water is in the truck. He's going to order us one of those. We'll put it in ourselves. That's not working. 132, the drains are repaired. We didn't drain all the water before, so it would freeze the line. We had that fixed. 137 needed a new battery, so that was repaired just the other day. And then 135, there's a couple of lights out on the overhead. We're going to look at that. We just noticed it the other day, just started burning out light bulbs, so we're going to take a look at that. Station, we have a station committee still that consists of 1 officer, 2 firefighters. They're working on an SCBA filling station, garage door openers, some other items, securing the air compressor. And then there was a couple critter holes underneath the building, and Tom took care of those today, put some mothballs in it to keep whatever it is out of there. And then we're also working on a storage rack for SCBA bottles. We picked up some from 3 ones from Frankfurt and a couple of newer air packs. So we're going through those. Under equipment, revenue sharing for all the rig gear, we got all that gear in. It's all distributed between Eastlake and us. And then we just had our recent revenue sharing. We did receive some money for that, for our water supply strategy. So we'll be working on ordering that and distributing that between Eastlake and us. And under personnel, we had 1 new applicant, Chris Cody. So if we can approve him tonight. Everybody, he's a really nice kid. I say kid because he's 18. Everybody thinks he'll do a good job. He already has firefighter 1. He's also taking his EMT courses at Baker. I think he's about 2/3 of the way through. So if we could approve him tonight, that'd be good. And then under training, we're still working on, we got our yearly training set up tentatively. Still working on with Eastlake and training. Still setting up the CEUs for medical, and then the training facility. we'll be working with the risk management folks on that to keep moving forward with that project. And administratively, the automatic aid agreement East Lake signed last night, so that's signed by here, signed by them. So I give Diane the original copy, and we'll disperse those as necessary. And then finally, on a special note, January 10th, if your calendars don't have anything in them, leave that date open. That'll be our annual Christmas party, end of year party. Don't know what time yet, but I'm sure it'll be in the evening. And all the firefighters would like to invite the board members and their spouses to the party. Other than that, that's it.
Where is it?
At the casino, sorry. Seemed to be, went well there last year, so Tommy Genhardt's helping us out with that. He was in Florida recently, so he just got back, so we'll find out times and all that.
Okay, any questions for Chuck?
Who was the new firefighter? What was his name?
Chris Cody. He moved over from the Big Rapids area. He works here in town. So
What are your numbers now?
with adding him, it's right around 2021 total. And then you get, we had 17 at our meetings every night. So. Some people work, some people are going to school.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck, and make sure you tell the guys we thank everything they do for us.
Yeah.
On their liquor inspector, there are no changes. Of course, the golf course isn't open, but I guess it could be. And the instant launch is not open. As reported earlier, Myers has applied for our STD, STM license. Only if we have objections do we respond to that. But I don't think we have any objections. Folks, prison quarterly report, they'll meet in January, I understand. Revenue Sharing Board met December 8th. That was the completion of Cycle 2, 2014. I think there was 96,000 distributed or something like that. The Bar Lake Improvement Board meets March 2nd, 2015. Charlie, you're here. Guy, you're here. Is there anything moving? Anything? Is everything still the same till then, or?
Right, RLS is going to...
Who is?
RLS, Restorative Lake Sciences, our engineer of record, is going to be putting together this year's approach, and there'll be another survey of the lake, but it's not going to, there won't be anything actionable until March.
Okay.
Although there is an item, as long as we're there, I'm going to be writing a letter to you, the Manistee Township Board, the Road Commission, guy help me out, DNR. There are 3 to 4 non-resident property owners that are going to have an option of either pay or not pay the special assessment. We're asking that the entities that own property on Bar Lake, and the township is one, submit that those monies to us. That'll be in a form of a letter, just so it's not a surprise, and asking for your generosity, the Road Commission, actually DNR, if we get that, I'll fall over dead. But I hope we can get some help.
Okay.
And the special assessment did go out in the tax bills. So that's the other thing that happened. So.
Okay, we'll address that when we get it, I guess. under unfinished business, and to get us drain update, Guy, you did hit on it with your zoning and administrator report. Do you have anything to add?
Not really. Like I said, they've defined now the watershed, and I think it was like 5.5 square miles.
Compared to 7.5, is that right?
From 7.5 down to 5.5.
Okay.
And they're working on just seeing how much water they collects off that much land, so they know what they have to deal with as far as pipe sizes and ditches and all that kind of stuff.
Now, I have to clarify something. At the last meeting, I suggested that there was a relief drain that goes alongside of the Forbes property. Well, in fact, it's not a relief drain, it's a feeder drain.
It's a feed, yeah, it's a tributary to the drain.
The water that drains off the airport property goes into that drain. I thought it worked opposite. I thought it was a relief drain.
Yeah.
But Mr. Smith assured us that if there's any grants out there, that he's going to go out. Correct?
That's what he said.
There is a meeting. Oh, well, I'll address that here in a minute. Anything else on the McGinnis train? The new copy machine for the hall. You ladies have a report?
We'll actually give you paperwork that tells, we kind of whittled it down to these two. And the prices go from $399.97 to $599.97, and they're a brother. The one being a color copier, two-sided, and the other one makes less copies. I mean, it does the same thing except for the color.
I don't know about the other offices. I personally don't need a color copier, but if someone else needs one, that's fine. We asked you ladies to do the research, and you've done that, and we would go by your recommendation.
My recommendation for the $200 difference would be to have the color copier, only because when we got into the water and the sewer out here for this quarter, so many times it's so much easier to keep track of what topic we're talking about based on color, because there's so many numbers, so many columns, so many things. If they tell me we're working on the yellow column, I can follow that. If they say,
Yeah. If it's just some shade of gray, you can't follow it. So
And you also use color occasionally.
I could with
Yes.
some of the mapping than I do.
Yes.
but I just think we will have more and more of that as time goes on.
I'd come use the color instead of my color burner at home. For
And
fire
it can be
department.
networked to the, to all the computers within the.
Wirelessly? Okay.
Yeah, there's that we can
I'd
put
make,
on.
I'd make a motion to get the color copier.
Where do these come from?
It's going to be from Jack.
Okay.
And Rick was very helpful in going through all the different areas.
Okay.
What was the cost
So
of
this
that
ta-
again, Tom?
$599.97.
And this takes the place of our fax machine too, right?
It can.
Can?
Yes.
Which, so it can be all in one.
It could.
I just now learned how to operate the fax machine.
That's
We won't change it right away.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor to purchase the color copier.
Second.
Then who supported that we purchase the color copier as recommended by the copier committee? Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 None opposed? Carried. Thank you very much for your efforts. On the 20th of November, there was an intergovernmental meeting that I was unable to attend. It was during the day. Did either one of you gentlemen get there?
Yes, I was there.
Is there something we can touch on there? Or?
What happened there, Guy? It was,
I think Mr. Falk was
Well, the drain commission.
part of the discussion, was he?
Yeah, the drain
Yeah.
commissioner made a presentation there also.
Right.
And
On the goodness.
the question of a FEMA grant came up, and that's when Ken Falk, the safety directors, became part of the discussion because the county emergency plan, I'm not, if I'm the term.
Yeah, he's emergency management
Yeah.
coordinator, yeah.
Whatever, the county plan has to be completed and approved before the FEMA grant can be applied for for a drain.
Okay. So Mr. Falk is going to attend the
He's going to attend the
next meeting, which
He's
is
been
the
invited.
18th? Is that the 18th?
Yes, here at 9 o'clock.
And that's why the consensus was to slow down on the drain, because if in fact the drain commissioner carries on with construction and then applies for a grant, the likelihood of receiving it is nil.
Okay. And we have, somebody's going to attend that meeting?
Yes, I've been attending.
But that was the main subject of the meeting?
They touch on a few other things as well, but that was the lion's share of the meeting, yes.
Okay. Anything else under unfinished business?
I don't know if we'll call this unfinished or do we have this on new business? I can't see it on here, but it's the resolution now for the bank, and we have a new trustee. You have to have the resolution signed again.
Okay.
She says it's under new
Okay.
business. Sorry.
If there's anything else under unfinished business, we'll go on to new business. First item would be the 2015 meeting date changes, if any. And of course, the only meeting that's really close to something important is in November.
Well, there are 2 meeting date changes on this new schedule I gave you, though. One is for the Planning Commission on January 7th instead of January 1st like it was on the other schedule. And also they changed the July planning meeting date from July 2nd to July 8th.
April also.
Yes, and April is delayed a week, and they will meet on the 16th.
Okay? And these dates, of course, will be posted.
Oh, they will. Yes, they will. Now, if there's a board date you want to change, it'd be nice if we could address that before we publish this list.
Calendar.
November 12th, is what Dennis is referring to. I tend to win the 9th or 10th, which is Monday or Tuesday rather than Thursday.
Here. That's November.
Yeah, the 9th or 10th.
That's fine with me, either one. The 12th is getting dangerously close.
Right.
How about Tuesday?
Okay? Does it fit?
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
November 10th.
That's in November.
Election will be the first Tuesday?
It would be the first Tuesday, yes. So this would be the second Tuesday,
The 10th.
yes.
That works for me.
Could just move the start date of the hunting season.
You'd be
The state
surprised.
has done that before.
Is there a motion to move the November meeting to the 10th?
I'll make that motion.
So it's moved and supported that the November 2015 meeting of the Manistee Township Board be moved to Tuesday, November 10th. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Also, we'll take care of Mr. Cody. I'd entertain a motion to accept Mr. Chris Cody as a member of the Manistee Township Fire Department.
I support
You want to make that? Okay. So moved, supported that Mr. Chris Cody, upon the recommendation of the fire chief, be a member of the Manistee Township Fire Department. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution.
It would be the same resolution we did 2 months ago, just stating that it allows us to do banking at all the banking institutes in town. We have them listed as PNC, Huntington, West Shore Bank, West Michigan Bank and Trust, formerly Northwestern Bank, now Chemical Bank, Shelby State Bank, Iowa Credit Union, Members Credit Union, Merit Bank. And I just need to have signature now, including that. So we need to re-sign the resolution.
We have the resolution read in full.
I don't think it's necessary.
It's a repeat of what we did 2 months ago.
It's an amendment, so
It
more or
is.
less.
It is. We're effectively amending it to add Guy.
There's no changes.
Okay.
But we do need to.
We do have to have a motion. A motion that we adopt the resolution to approve treasurer's request to deposit and withdraw general fund dollars of the local banks as directed.
I'll support that.
Okay. And this takes a roll call vote. Motion second, Dennis?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Mr. Finow?
Yes.
Ms. Jankowitz?
Yes.
Ms. Taylor is yes.
Another item under new business, or it's a FYI, the holiday schedule for trash pickups. On Christmas, Wednesday will remain unchanged. Thursday will be changed to Friday, and Fridays will be changed to Saturdays. That will be posted out here as well. But I know that Thanksgiving, some people may have missed it. And New Year's Eve
Same thing.
is the same thing, correct. Wednesday's unchanged, Thursday's Friday, and Fridays will be Saturday. Anything else under new business? You've read a copy, you have received a copy of the bills. What's your wishes?
Make a motion to allow the bills to be as presented, placed on file.
Is there a second?
I support that.
Been moved, supported that the bills be paid as presented, placed on file. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. None opposed? Carried. Manistee County MTA does not meet in November, December, or January. Planning Commission next meeting will be December 8th. Huh?
January 7th.
Is that right?
We already had,
Yeah, it won't be December 8th.
yeah, it'll be December. January 7th, 7 p.m.
When will you have an appeal to
The 6th,
January?
if it occurs.
Just about too late to have one, isn't it?
Just about, because we have to have 15 days notice. And township board is going to be in January.
8th.
Yes.
The Township Board, Manistee Township Board will meet on Thursday, January 8th at 7:30. And again, the Bar Lake Improvement Board doesn't meet till March 2nd. Any other public comment? Questions?
Question.
Sir?
When is Meyer gonna open their doors?
No indication. Apparently, when they came to present their program, I believe it was Guy asked them about updates and things like that, and they said they don't have a groundbreaking, they have their construction meetings, they have their
Employees show up for work.
and then they'll have their grand opening, but there's nothing in between.
It's probably,
I said April 1st.
March or April. It's going to be in that time frame.
I have a second.
Yes.
I'm gonna like to direct it to Guy. Has there been any correspondence that's taken place regarding the Bar Lake Park sand maintenance issue?
Not that I've received, no.
Okay, so
Not verbal or written.
is the road commission still handling it the way it was handling it by leaving it on site and moving it
You'd have to
like
ask the road commission.
Okay.
Anyone else? If not, the board would like to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday season. Check your smoke detectors, clean your chimneys.
And likewise too.